Alright, what's good, guys? We're back. So, you guys said you wanted some more gems, you wanted some more business side information, some networking, how to make money, how to brand yourself, etc. type videos. So, today I got a video for you guys, which I've been planning for a long time. I've been meaning to do it, and I think you're gonna like this. So, you're a producer, right? Let's say you make Thai beats and you post them every day, and you wonder why am I not making money? Sure, you're making a couple of sales, you're making whatever, like $100 a month, $200 a month. You wonder, okay, well, what's keeping me from making money? Like, why am I making, 100, $200? Why am I not getting placements when some people are, like we all have the same 24 hours, right? Why is this person so efficient? Like, what what do they do? That person has a system in place. So that's the thing. You gotta create yourself a system. I got a whole sheet of information here, and we're gonna move on to the whiteboard, and I'm just gonna lay it down for you so it makes sense. And trust me, just give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however long this video is. And at the end of the video, I guarantee you, you'll absolutely have a completely different mindset about how to make money in general and as a music producer. So, let's get into it. Before you even begin with anything, you just gotta sit down and write all the skills you have. What can you provide? What can you get paid for? What do you know? Assuming you're a producer who, uploads type beats, he cooks up from scratch, he can make samples, he can make beats, we have a basic understanding of sound design, you can make a preset for analog web or portal or anything, whatever. So we're gonna write down samples, how to make samples, beats, how to make beats, sound design, how to do basic sound design, as we said, presets, one shots, drums. Let's say you also know how to make artworks, cover art for whoop kits, whatever. And you know how to do basic video editing. If you don't know how to do these two things, this is something that you should really focus on. Making artworks, you can get it in a few days just by watching a few tutorials. And video editing is a very crucial skill to have in 2024 in general. Short form content, you can make a lot of money even outside of music with it. So, yeah, these are two skills that if you don't have, you should. I've been doing it for 2 years now, so I've saved thousands of dollars just by, not having to pay someone else. And on top of that, I've learned some skills which then I can use and, leverage to get paid. So people can pay me to, edit videos, do cover arts. Now, let's say you also know how to set up basic websites. Even if you don't, it's simple. There are a ton of tutorials, but that's something you should learn. You have these skills, you want to get paid. One of the biggest gems I've heard about, making money is the closer you are to the source, the more money you're going to make. And what I mean by this is, for example, what's the source? What's the final product of, producing, making beats? It's the beat, right? You gotta target this. The beat is the source. So, what I mean by that is, say you only know how to sound design. You wouldn't make a lot of money because you don't know how to make samples. So, you're not gonna be sending out samples for placements. You're not gonna get placement money. You're not gonna be selling samples in sample packs because you don't know how to make samples. You're not gonna be making beats, so you're not gonna be selling beats. Sound design, it's not the source. Artwork, it's not the source. It's beats, making beats and samples. In this case, as a music producer, essentially you're already close to the source. You are the source. Now, how do you monetize this? How do you make the most out of your beats? You know, some people, they might have a type beat channel, they might send out a beat, they might send out a sample here and there. They're not actually making the most out of their work. I'm gonna put you on and I'm just gonna explain what you're missing on and how you can make way more money. This is what I call the money tree. Let's break it down. So a beat, what does a beat consist of? Beats have melodies. So, you have samples. Beats also have, project files. So you have the FOP, right? You know how to play instruments, or you have analog synthesizers or anything. Like, for example, when you made the melody, you were like, yo, let me tweak this preset. When you made the beat, yo, let's layer these drums. You came up with new presets. You came up with new one-shots. For example, maybe you played the guitar. Oh, you can take the guitar phrase out. You have one-shots, phrases, presets, drums out of a beat. This is the sound design part. Okay, what else can you get out of a beat? This one is actually pretty interesting. You can make content. You just, put on the camera, start recording while you're making it. Well, then you have content, right? Out of you making that beat. And of course, you have your own final product, which is the beat itself, which you can use for uploading to YouTube. You can just send it out, whatever. Okay, how is this gonna get me placements? How is this gonna pay me? Well, now you gotta break it down even more. What does a sample consist of? It consists of an idea, right? Of a starter. What do you make of a starter? Well, you can send it out to other producers, right? Okay, what's this gonna generate? This can get you placements. What else can it get you? It can get you a collab sample, right? You get your sample back. Well, what does this give you? Well, it saves you time, right? This can actually get you money as well. Let's say this producer, is sending out to big type beat producers, beat collabs, which, they turn into sales and you get money. You got their money just by sending out a starter. How can I use the samples? What do I do with the samples? You can send it out for placements, right? Which can lead to money. You can send it out as a collab sample to a big, type beat producer. For example, you're making Lil Baby type whatever samples. You're just gonna type in Lil Baby type beat. You're just gonna go and DM every single producer who has Lil Baby type beat channel. And then you're gonna start sending them samples. YouTube collabs. And every time they make, a sale, you get 50% of it. So that's like essentially just like running 100 type beat channels instead of just one, because you get access to all of that. So it's gonna make you money and it's gonna save you time. What else can you do? You can put it in a kit, which you can sell, and that's gonna make you money, of course. Let's move on to project files, FOPs. Well, how can you use that and make some money, save time, get placements? If you already built up this relationship with someone with a big type beat channel, you can just send them the FOP or the stems, and you can be like, yo, you can post my beat, you can just take 50% of it or 60 or whatever. You're still making money on something that you weren't making money on before, and eventually they might lead to placements. The FOP, you can also use it to collab with people. Collaboration doesn't actually just end with samples or starters. Even with complete beats, you can just send them out to people and they can work on them, even if it's a finished beat. Okay, so what about the sound design part of your beat? Phrases, one-shots, presets, etc. You can sell them in kits and you make money. Also, as a byproduct of that, if you're selling kits and let's say you have vocal phrases or instrument phrases, depending on the contracts and the terms you have, you can also get placements from that. You want to collab, right? Well, how do you make the connection? You got to provide something. You can just hit up people, you can hit up producers, and you can be like, yo, here's my new one-shot drum pack, whatever. Here you go, I want you to try it. Like, I'm giving it to you for free, which in return, they're gonna like it. You can get connections out of this by just sending stuff to people as gifts. Okay, now, so let's move on to content. how can you use the beat and make content and, funnel it into the other branches of the money tree. Now, what about content, you might ask? Let's say you just record yourself making beats, cooking up. Well, this can lead to a tutorial, which means knowledge that you're providing to people. They might like your stuff, see what you're using, and they're gonna buy it from you. By making content, you also grow your brand. People are more likely to recognize you. More connections, which means more placements, which means more money, right? Okay, what else can you do? You can take the tutorials or the videos that you made, and then you can turn them into short form content. You can also post everywhere, and this gives you brand recognition, which in return, feeds into this. Now, another thing that you can do with this content and the information that you're providing, also you can make a course, right? Now, this doesn't mean that you have to, go become Briggs Domain and scam people, or you don't have to actually, sell the course by itself. Let's say you can make a 2-hour video course on, how to make a specific type of samples, and then you can just add it to your multi-kit or, whatever product you're selling. And you can say, yo, on top of all the samples, drums, phrases, all the stuff that you get, I'm also providing, a video course that I'm going to teach you how to do, that sound. Just another selling point for, the stuff you're making. Okay, so now we have the beat, the final product. How can you make money off of that? YouTube type beats, everybody knows about that. You can go into sync licensing, and you can license that to a sync license library. You might be asking, okay, so what do we do with the Discord? What do we do with the, e-commerce, email marketing? What do we do with this? Having these skills, just taking time and learning those is extremely beneficial. Let's say you want to sell kits. You got to have a preview. You got to have artwork. Now you can pay money to people, but as I said, if you do it yourself, you're going to save yourself some money here. You're also going to save yourself money here. You're also going to save yourself a lot of money here with the content. Okay, so now what about email marketing? What about e-commerce? Knowing how to set up websites. You're going to save a lot of money with selling kits because you're going to know how to make a website. You're not going to have to pay people. You're also going to be good at email marketing, so you're going to be able to convert more people to buy your stuff. Also, keeping an email list is actually pretty nice because you essentially just have your audience and you can use them, for example, getting more views on your videos. Once you drop a video, and let's say you have an email list of 20,000 people, you just send them an email once you drop the video. Even if 10% of the people care and they actually open and watch the video, you still have 2,000 people, 2,000 views on a video, which is then gonna make the YouTube algorithm rank your video higher. And this also works. It doesn't matter if it's a tutorial or a type beat. It's still an advantage to just try and retain and grow your email list, which will naturally just come from you putting out content, people signing up to get your samples, people getting your kits, and so on. Another thing that I think people sleep on a lot is Discords, because you can collaborate with people. It works the same way as having an email list. Send people to your videos, sell kits to them, have them work on your samples. And the best part is you're actually providing the same thing back to them. So let's say you make money off your samples, of your collab samples. Since it's a collab sample, they're also gonna get money, They're also gonna save time by using your starters. So you're just creating a beneficial system for everyone, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole point, like the whole point of the video. You gotta make sure that you're using 100% of everything that you're making. When you do that, when you create a system which one part of it feeds into the other parts and it starts growing together, essentially all you gotta do is just do one thing. That's pretty much it. You just gotta make beats from scratch and you gotta record yourself doing that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you understand. And, I hope this video just changed your perception and the way you think about stuff. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Happy to answer everything and, even further expand. So, yeah, let's get some money, bro.